This is The Gorge. It's a podcast where my friend Sarah and I gorge ourselves on what's happening in the world of video games and entertainment.
The Gorge is brought to you by Patreon. That's patreon.com/thegorge, where for just $5 a month you gain access to not one, but two podcasts and a whole backlog of another podcast. $5 gets you takeout, a monthly commentary track where Ben and I decide we don't feel like talking about something we played, so we're gonna talk over something we watch instead.
We're so tired we can't even pronounce the name of the podcast right.
That's right, and I can't even remember how to do my intro, even though I could probably, if you put a gun to my head, I could recite this intro in my sleep. Don't worry about it. $2 gets you the entire backlog of That's How You're Walking Into, a monthly series where Ben would ask me questions about Fate Stay Night, Fate Grand Order, and the extended Natsuverse, and I would do my damnedest to answer it. And also, $2 gets you Praetorium Pals, a new series we've just begun, where Saturn, Ben, Oates, and myself all play. What we do, okay, how do I explain this? What we do is we start an MSQ roulette in Final Fantasy XIV, and then we just shoot the shit for the period of the Praetorium Pals. It's a new thing because we were running out of Fate questions, and we were like, well, all we do is play FF14 these days. I got news about what I've been doing this last month. And we were like, well, why don't we do something different for once? Of course, my cat is screaming at something in the background. Great. This intro is a mess. Anyways, $2 also gets you that. If you think that sounds fun, head over to patreon.com/thegorge. Kick in however much you can, from $2 to $5 to $10 to $50. Please don't actually give us $50. That is the scam tier. But hey, if you want to, I don't know. You can. I'll friend you on Final Fantasy XIV. How's that sound?
We won't stop you from doing that.
But you shouldn't, is what I'm saying. But you can if you want to. Anyways, that's patreon.com/thegorge.
All right. So this is a roundup. So first get into what we have been up to. Sarah, what have you been up to?
Final Fantasy XIV, and I went to see the Mars Volta, a band I have literally never listened to until... They're like I guess you would call them prog rock. They're like a Mexican prog rock band, but like a friend of mine is a huge fan of them and was like, will you go see the Mars Volta with me in Atlanta? I will pay for your ticket. And I'm like, I mean, you're paying for the ticket. Sure, I'll go. So that's what I did. Other than that, and it's good, by the way. They're good. I actually started just listening to their music now because I actually quite enjoyed that live show. It was at the Tabernacle in Atlanta, which is what used to be the House of Blues. Very cool venue. Really, really good show. Highly, highly recommend if you can see them live, because apparently they haven't toured in like 10 years, 15 years, something like that.
Ooh, nice. You got in on it.
Yeah, I got in on it. So this is like, they apparently broke up and then got back together, and now they're touring again after a really long time. So if you can see them while you're on tour, you should, because like I thoroughly enjoyed the show. It had extremely good vibes, and the music was really good, and they have really good energy. So A+. Nice. That's it though. I mean, I've had kind of a normal month of doing jack and shit. Don't worry about it.
So just a bunch of 14.
Just a bunch of 14. I got married in Final Fantasy XIV and then lost the post-wedding duels. And so now I have to level a ninja. That's the important thing that I had to take.
Yeah.
It was either Saturn was going to have to level a bunch of crafters, or I would have to level a ninja. And unfortunately, I did not win those duels. So, which is a shame, because I actually am good at PvP. But you know what? It's fine. It's fair is fair. I'm leveling a ninja now. Apparently, Natsuko Ishikawa wrote the ninja quest line. So... okay, I mean, it's actually been pretty interesting so far, so
That's good.
I'll take it. It's not a complete loss, so...
yeah. It gives you something to do until 6.25.
Yeah, until they finally put out relic weapons and the new dungeon, which is what I really want. So, in the meantime, Ben, what have you been doing?
Besides 14, not a whole lot. I picked up Reaper, and that's fun so far.
Yay! Whoops! Final Fantasy 14 in our lives. Are you all proud of you? Can we just take a second here? Are you all proud of yourselves? This is what happened to this podcast because everyone's like, you should play Final Fantasy 14.
So Sarah and I, in January of 2022, we decided this.
It's like late December of 2021, really.
Yeah, we were like, all right, we're running low on Indie Week. It's not quite working the way we wanted it to anymore. Mm-hmm. We need more time with our roundups to discuss all the other stuff we've been playing besides podcast material because it's taking up too much of our monthly routine. Right. Having to crank out dedicated time for 2 whole games a month.
Right.
That are of a significant length.
And it's like, because the thing is that the way it was that it's like, if we were going to do an indie week, you would have to play a substantial indie game in order to get a full episode out of it. Right?
Right.
So we're like, okay, well, we'll cut indie week. We'll do 2 roundups a month and we'll do a normal episode every month. And that'll give us more time to play other things,
Yeah.
And then December 31st, I was like, I'm going to play Final Fantasy 14. I'm going to pick it up and just see what'll happen, Like, maybe I'll like it. Everybody has been raving for me to play this fucking game. And now here we are. It's almost October. I can count the other games I've played this year on one hand.
I look at my list of games I played in 2022.
Yeah.
Compared to the list of games I played in 2021, which also wasn't that I could do better than that.
I could do better. Yeah, absolutely.
I played a lot, but I'm like, I could have done better.
Sure.
It's like not even half.
Not even. It's tragic, honestly. I need to do better. However, instead I am playing Final Fantasy 14. A Realm Reborn, now free up to level 60, including the award-winning expansion pack Evansward. Blah, 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 blah. So yeah, are you all happy? Like, are you pleased with yourselves? Are you out there in Radioland? Are you happy?
This is what you've done to us.
This is what you've done to this podcast. Yeah, this podcast is now just like we make ourselves play and talk about other things for the roundups and for our other the other monthly episodes, but mostly I just play Final Fantasy 14, and someday this will leave my system, but it's not today. So, no. And although I will say in my defense, nothing that's come out this year except for I know that Inscription came out last year, but nothing has come out this year that seems to have really set anybody on fire. So yeah, that's my defense. It's been a little skit. It's a little sparse this year.
It's been kind of a burner year.
Yeah,
some stuff came out that I'm looking at my list here and I'm like, yeah, none of this is like, oh, I got to get back to that real bad,
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing, is that this year has been kind of a wash, and I was hoping that I could use this wash year to play old stuff that I've been meaning to play, like finish Control and things like that.
But that didn't happen.
Oops. Hold on, I don't sneeze on the microphone. Hold on. No, we're good.
But I did find time for a few other things.
Damn it, there it is.
Oh, there it is. I have gotten back to Live Alive a little bit.
Oh, good.
I've done Near Future, Far Future, Edo Japan, Wild West, and I have just started Prehistory.
Okay.
They're all really, really good.
Yeah.
In different ways. Some of them have more effort put into them than others, that's for sure. Edo Japan and Near Future are like full-fledged JRPG dungeons.
Right.
And Wild West is 4 fights and a mini game.
Okay.
And
I see.
And Far Future is single player Among Us.
Oh, okay, cool.
The writing is all really, really good in it.
Yeah.
Like it's still a ton of fun. The visuals are still incredible, but it's just like, I can crank out this one in an afternoon, and this one is going to take me like, a couple days to finish.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Well,
prehistory is fun though, because no one talks.
Yeah, I've always heard, at least I've heard since the game came out, to not start with prehistory. And I was actually hanging out with my brother a few weeks ago, and he bought the game, and we were just shooting the shit, and he was firing it up. And he started with prehistory, and I instantly understood why. I was like, oh,
yeah,
okay, I get it.
It's really cute because like they don't do caveman talk. They just do like little icons and like grunting.
Mm-hmm.
And they have like a speech bubble with like a person's face will appear in it to indicate like who they're talking about.
Right.
All of the item and weapon descriptions are done in caveman speak though.
Cute.
Like Pogo, like your player character Pogo can equip like stick or bone, and the description is stick is stick, bone is bone. All of the special attack descriptions are in caveman speak. It's like hit bad 2 time with fist.
Great. Okay.
I love it.
I love that.
It's great. I'm having a ton of fun with it. And I think so far out of the ones I've played, I think Edo Japan is my favorite so far. And then Near Future, then Far Future, Prehistory, and Wild West. I did not like Wild West.
How is that? All of them? Like, is that every time period, or is there?
I still have to do present day.
Okay.
And ancient China, and then the bonus one they added to the remake.
Oh, so you've played more now.
Yes.
Is there like an overarching plot, or are
there is not?
Oh, so these are just like little vignettes.
Yeah, I know.
Neat.
I know that. I think this was added in the remake. I know that the post like the final dungeon is some kind of time travel thing where like everyone gets pulled in to one era. Because like I looked up guides like to how do I get past this part, or like am I missing something? And they're like, oh yeah, make sure you equip so and so with this, because when you play as them in the final dungeon, they'll have that equipment with them.
Oh, okay, interesting. Okay,
so right now, like, and I'm sure it was in the original game, like there is really no underlying theme or like thing that connects them. They are all just vignettes,
right?
Which is pretty cool.
Which is neat. Yeah, it's very different.
There is one underlying theme I've seen so far, which is this running gag where a father and son will show up in each era, like a different version of them will show up in each era, and the father will get himself killed, and the son like has to drag his body away.
Okay.
like in Edo Japan, like you're a ninja, you're sneaking around like in the rafters of the castle, and they're a pair of burglars that get caught like spying on the emperor while he's like in his throne room, and so the father is trying to dodge spears being stabbed through the roof, and he gets got, and that makes the guards leave you alone because they think they got the intruder. They don't realize that there's other intruder.
There's other guys up there too. Oh
no. And then in Wild West, because it's Wild West is basically the Magnificent Seven, but there's only 2 of you.
Right.
So like your whole thing is like, we got to protect this town. We're gonna set up booby traps and stuff for when the when the banditos show up to shake down the town, the morning they show up, the father and son like drag themselves from across the desert to the gates of the town. They're like, salvation, we made it, thank God. And then the dad just gets shot by the banditos.
Oh no.
So far that is the only underlying theme I can conceive of.
I see. Great. I love that.
But I'll let you know as I progress and get further in. Fantastic Switch game. Chrono Trigger next, please?
Yeah, I would like Chrono Trigger to receive this treatment, like really, really badly.
This kind of like... So Live Alive already feels like the blueprint for Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, just in terms of like presentation and like, oh, it's and the, you know, the team behind it is like, oh yeah, a lot of you went on to work on Chrono Trigger after this.
Right.
The influence and the fact that the original game looked a lot like Final Fantasy IV,
mm-hmm.
whereas the remake looks so much like Chrono Trigger.
Right. Yeah, I really hope that they give Chrono Trigger this treatment, because I think it would.
Yeah. And
just like this kind of like this subtle graphical overhaul, nothing like too big and fancy, mm-hmm. just like, you know, lighting and all of those kind of these kind of now considered standard effects, you know. Yeah.
And plus, I mean, Square Enix fucking loves using this engine now.
Yeah.
They're doing Octopath 2. They did this. They're doing what was the other one?
They did a little bit to the Final Fantasy VI remaster.
Yeah. And what was there was the farming one they just put out. Like the
Harvestella?
Harvestella also has this kind of look.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They fucking love this engine. Like,
yeah, and I think it'd be extremely cool for Chrono Trigger to get this treatment.
The idea of Chrono Trigger with full voice acting like sends chills up my spine.
I don't know. I don't know if I want that though. I think I would rather it not. I'm just so used to it not having it and just putting that in myself. I think full voice acting would be weird. I couldn't imagine.
Oh, I would love it. I think it'd be if it's as good as Live Alive's, I would love it.
Yeah.
But I think I'm like, guys, you're running out of SNES RPGs to remake.
There's really only the one. You gotta do the big one.
You gotta do Chrono Trigger eventually.
You gotta get to Chrono Trigger eventually, and Dragon Quest VII. Not the DS remake, like the OG pixel version. Do that. Give Dragon Quest that treatment as well, and that would be cool. Those are like the two really big ones. I don't think I know that speaking of Dragon Quest, I know the two kind of big ones over in Japan are Dragon Quest 4 and 7, and I don't remember I think the Dragon Quest 4 re-release on the DS is just a pixel re-release. It's not I don't think it's like a 3D remake the way 7 got.
I don't know for sure.
I don't remember. Anyways, Dragon Quest 4 should also get that treatment. That's my other hot take. Is I know that they've re-released Dragon Quest 4 approximately 11,000 times, but they could do it, more. So please.
Yeah. The only other thing I did since last time is Rick and Morty season 5 or 6 started. Mm-hmm. It's good.
Yeah.
Season 5 was not good. Like the latter half of season 5 was kind of weak.
Right.
Season 6 is so fucking funny though. Rick and Morty gets a really bad rap and it deserves it, but also it doesn't deserve it. Because it actually is genuinely funny a lot of time.
Sure, it's actually good. It's just, it's just cultural saturation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, it's and part of it is because, as the series has progressed and, as Morty has gotten more of a spine and, Rick has become a lot more bumbling. It's the balance, the power balance has shifted to ways so that both of them can actually be funny now.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, it's good. They did their Die Hard parody episode, which was about the idea of an alien culture. Every alien culture has their own version of Die Hard, and the Alan Rickman stand-in for their Die Hard parody is a believer of the religion of Die Hard.
Oh, okay.
So he's like trying to go by the formula, and he's up against. So Summer is in the role of John McClane in the episode, and since she's 17 in 2022, she's never seen Die Hard.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
So he has no idea what to expect because she's not following the plot.
She doesn't know the steps. Yeah.
Yeah. It's really funny.
Awesome.
Because she eventually just starts shouting Die Hard over and over again.
Great.
I love it. It's hilarious. Very, very strong season so far.
Good.
But that's really about it. I didn't really have a whole lot of time for anything else. I did housework. I don't think I talked about this on the podcast, but I did order the Marvel vs. Capcom arcade cabinet from Arcade 1-Up.
Ah, congratulations.
So that's gonna be here soonish, and I will own...
You will actually own an arcade cabinet.
Yeah, with the... I was kind of like clicking back on some of our old episodes recently, and I'm like, oh shit, this was in the docket, and I talked about how much I wanted this in the docket.
Yeah.
When it was like announced.
Yeah, because it's like a shit ton of good games. So yeah, that's awesome.
It's MVC2, MVC1. It is X-Men versus Street Fighter. Marvel Superheroes. The X-Men Children of the Atom game.
Mm-hmm.
There's two more, I think, but it's like everything from MVC2 like down, as far as the Capcom Marvel fighting games go.
Right. Awesome.
So yeah, that'll get here soon, and I'll own my own arcade cabinet for real. Finally,
after all these years, you can scratch that one off the bucket list.
But yeah, that is about it. I promise I'll do more stuff soon because I do want to. I'm still working on getting my Mystical Ninja Star and Goemon PB down.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna try to do a run tomorrow, like a proper one, and not bomb it like I did last time.
Ah well.
But I also want to get into something that's a little bit smaller than like 2 hours at a minimum, because the current world record is 1 hour 58 minutes.
Right.
And 2 hours is a pretty substantial chunk of time to dedicate to regular runnings. Like I want to get in something smaller. Yeah. So I am going to start trying out Mega Man X.
Okay, that'll be fun.
Yeah. So I will be reporting on that progress next time. But that's about it for me.
Right on. All right, then. What do we got in the news, then, man? Oops.
A ton of shit.
Good. I guess it's a good thing that we didn't do too much this month, so we can talk about the news. All right, hit me.
Yeah. Remember how we did our last roundup, and then 2 days ago everyone did a conference?
Yeah. I remember.
Let's run down the list of everything announced at Nintendo Direct September 2022.
Great. All right, let's do this.
Fire Emblem toothpaste.
Oh yeah, this one looks bad. This one looks bad.
I've seen, so they put out a new thing of here's how the combat animations look. The combat animations look cool. They're finally redoing the thing where it's the sprite-based ones had really, really sharp pixel animation, and they are trying to recapture that extreme nature of them, that energy.
Right.
But I don't like the gimmick of this game because we have a mobile game there's
literally a mobile game that is this, and it's just so everything about it seems so half-assed, and it's you really took, like, Three Houses was good. Like, Three Houses is a really good video game, and it just feels like such a staggering step forward, or backward, step backward in, like, every single way. Like, Three Houses was big and ambitious, and maybe a little too ambitious, which is why it, like, feels really bloated, because it has 4 routes and really only needs 2. But, like, you can't fault them for trying, you know what I mean?
Right,
for,
yeah,
like,
no.
For being ambitious and for trying to do something so big and different, even though, like, I think it kind of stumbles in places. Like, you still applaud the effort and, like, the desire to make something so big. And this just feels so small and so, like, uninspired in comparison.
Instead of showing us, like, your new recruits, they're like, Marth is here.
Again.
Remember Marth?
Remember Marth?
He's in this one again.
Lucina again? Are you ready for that? I'm like...
Are you...
There's gonna be an Ike and a Roy. Are you excited? No, I'm not. I want
Crom will be here.
Crom's gonna be here. Great. I'm so glad. That's not what I was after. Because, like, I don't really have, like, any kind of... I guess this is a good inspiration to finally go back and play the old Fire Emblems, because I have a 3DS. I can actually go and play Awakening finally. Like... Because, I mean, there's a ton of old Fire Emblem games I could go back and play, because clearly the new one is not going to do anything for me. So, I might as well. This will be my way of getting my fix. If I play Awakening and... What was... Not Conquest. There was that other one that came out on 3DS, like, right at the ass end of the 3DS's life. There was, like, a remake of an older one.
Yeah, not Gaiden. What is it called?
You know what I'm talking.
Yeah, it's the remake of the 3rd or 4th one, I think.
Yeah. Like, I heard that one's really good too. So maybe I'll just go. Maybe I'll go play old Fire Emblems insteid.
I think
get my fix. Do you own that?
I own that one, but I just haven't played it yet. Yeah, I do. It's on my shelf. I can see it right now.
Oh, nice, great. Maybe we'll do that whenever the new one comes out.
Yeah. Let's see what else. It Takes Two is coming to Switch. Fatal Frame, Xenoblade Chronicles DLC. Sure. Fitness of the North Star.
This one owns.
Oh god.
Great.
Tunic is coming to Switch, which is cool.
Sure, it's cute.
Front Mission 1 and 2 remake, and then 3 is they announced it's gonna be here eventually.
Right.
Story of Seasons, A Wonderful Life remake coming to Switch. Octopath Traveler 2, we mentioned that. This time they're gonna talk to each other.
Wow, it's actually gonna be a cast of characters who like and interact with each other instead of just kind of wandering around together. Amazing.
Yeah, amazing. That kind of is like what it should have been, so maybe this one I'll actually finish.
Nice.
Final Fantasy Theater Rhythm.
Sure.
With a ton of songs, also from Nier, Octopath Traveler, and Live Alive. Great.
And is there anything other big, or are we just gonna go right to Zelda?
First off, GoldenEye is coming to Switch Online.
Is this the rumored Lost 360 remake, or is this just like fucking jank ass N64? All of that shit.
It is the N64 ass N64 GoldenEye 007.
Oh, it's gonna suck ass. That rules.
Coming to Switch with online multiplayer.
So,
you know what doesn't have online multiplayer?
What?
The Rare Replay version coming to Xbox.
You know what should have online multiplayer? It is the Rare Replay version, but also extremely funny to me that they're like, yeah, this is gonna have online multiplayer when, like, hey, maybe this one won't suck ass, because, like, Splatoon, by all accounts, like, it's like the online part of the online multiplayer game has not been very great from what I've been hearing. So maybe if it's like an old N64 game, maybe it'll actually go good and not drop people constantly. I don't know.
I hope. I don't know how I feel about the idea of GoldenEye 64 having a better frame rate. That feels weird to me.
Yeah, no, that seems obscene.
If it's above 20, that doesn't feel right.
20 is very generous of you. I think GoldenEye 64 ran at a smooth and crisp 15 frames a second on a good day.
Unless you had the grenade launcher, then you were down to 2.
You got 2 of God's own frames per second, baby.
Real quick, other things. Various Day Life is the one I'm thinking of. Is the other one that's Octopath and Bravely.
I'm going to show up at Square Enix's office and be like, "Are you guys okay? Like, do you need help? I will take the job. You pay me $45,000 a year, Square Enix, and I will name your video games names that aren't bad. That's
right.
I'm a cheap hire. $45,000 is nothing. I probably spent that much on Final Fantasy XIV, frankly. So, like, honestly, you're welcome. I will show up in Tokyo. I will take this job very seriously, and I will give you better video game names, because clearly you need some help. Like, the various Day Life, Triangle Strategy, Octopath Traveler, I need you to stop. And also, use a different font. Like,
unless you're gonna make these games like a series and that's just gonna be its aesthetic, you can't just use the same font and
for every single one of your
everything.
for every single one of your B tier games. Like, design a real logo, you freaks.
Yeah. Put a character on it.
Put a character on it and use use a different font. You can't, I know that you're like, ooh, this looks good with Octopath Traveler. Okay, that's just supposed to be the Octopath font now. I think they actually use that font for Bravely Default, too.
Yeah, they do.
Now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah. So, like, no, you all need to be stopped, is what I'm saying. And don't tell me it's the Final Fantasy font, because no, it's not. Final Fantasy font is different. It's taller.
Yes, we've seen those games a lot.
I would know better than anybody. My whole thing is fonts, so yeah.
Yeah, and your other whole thing is Final Fantasy.
The two things that my entire life are made of at this point are Final Fantasy and graphic design. So, I am available for hire immediately, is what I'm saying. You're welcome.
Other real quick things. Mario Strikers is getting Pauline and Diddy Kong. I'm glad Pauline is now just in the rotation of Nintendo characters.
Yeah.
Like, she's gonna be popping up everywhere. Mario Kart Deluxe DLC coming out. Pikmin 4?
Yeah, at some point, maybe.
Mom, Dad, Pikmin 4 announced. That's right, Pikmin 4. For real this time.
For real this time, we swear.
Shigeru Miyamoto was like, he popped up and he's like, I'm having a lot of fun with this Pikmin mobile game. It's great. I get my walk in and I can tap and see Pikmin all over the field. Oh yeah, Pikmin 4's coming out.
Yeah. It is very funny to almost do a Blizzard where you announce a mobile game when everybody just wants the 4th installment of your franchise.
Yeah.
And then they immediately followed up after that mobile game announcement with, no, don't worry. We're allegedly doing Pikmin 4. Yeah. I'll believe it when I see it, mind you. I think they even alluded to a release date in that trailer. I don't believe them. We shall see.
All it says is 2023.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah. I don't even believe it's 2023, but I've been wrong before, so.
Bayo 3 showed off Bayonetta's mom jeans.
Yay, Bayo! It's real! This one, I actually do believe in now.
Yeah. Tales of Symphonia demastered.
Stop making Tales of Symphonia re-releases, you freaks.
Stop. Okay, no. Not stop. Put out one that works and then stop.
Yeah, okay, that's actually a good point. Make a good one and then knock it off. Seriously, there are so many other Tales games. What's fucking wrong with you?
Here's what you do, okay? Okay, Bamco, here, listen very carefully to me. From the GameCube one, 60 FPS. from the PS2 one, all the extra crap.
Yeah, is that so hard?
Put it on Switch, done.
And that's it. And then after you put it on Switch, and then after you've put it on Switch, stop putting it out.
Then look in Abyss's direction.
And then maybe vaguely breathe in the direction of Tales of the Abyss, that video game that you forgot existed, or even more so, Tales of Exillia, those other video games you forgot fucking existed.
Maybe possibly put Exillia on something that isn't trapped on the PS3.
I cannot believe that in 2022, both Exillia games are just trapped on the PlayStation 3 forever. And I don't even like 2 that much. I hate 2, frankly. But even I think that 2 should be allowed to live on a platform that isn't the PlayStation 3. Like,
right. Yeah.
Like, put 1 and 2 on Steam as like a bundle. Sell it for $60. I'll buy that DLC again. I'm a hog. I will buy the school uniform DLC again, okay? I promise. But
Mila looked so fucking cool in it.
Mila's extremely fucking cool in her school uniform shit. Like, come on. And then what you do if you're feeling really saucy and you want to be really cool is that you make all the costumes in Exillia 2 work in Exillia 1.
Yes.
There's an idea for you for free.
So
I know that's extra work, and you hate making good Tales ports.
But you can't tell me those aren't the same models because all the 1 costumes are compatible with 2.
Yes. No, those are the exact same models. That game was made in 15 minutes. Like, yeah, no.
Let us take the only good thing from Tales of Exillia 2, which is character designs,
that's
and
correct.
Put them in the game that's good.
In the good one. And then, well, that's not... I will say, alright, fine. Put Exillia 2, make it available to play so I can at least, like, ignore its story and just really, really enjoy that good-ass battle system because, again, I will stand beside the fact that I think Tales of Exillia has the best... Tales of Exillia 2, in particular, has the best battle system in the series. Hands down.
Yeah.
Like, to this day, I think it's still the best. I wish they'd go back to it. Goddamn.
Yeah. I wish they'd let me use it in the Tales of Exillia 2.
I sure wish. Instead of being stuck on the fucking PlayStation 3, the entire reason all of my other consoles are in my closet, right? Except for my PlayStation 5. Because I don't have I live in a very small apartment. Ben has seen it. So all of my other consoles right now, they're in a closet because I just don't have the space in my living room for them. Except for my PlayStation 3. Because I can't... Anything that's trapped on a PS3... literally not available anywhere else. Like, I think that Nintendo's policy of re-releasing Wii U games on the Switch for more money is, like, deranged. But at least they're making those Wii U games available.
Yeah.
Like...
At least I can play a Wonderful 101 on a console that works.
That's correct.
At least Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze isn't trapped on a dead console.
Meanwhile, like, so many PS3 exclusive games have just never seen the light of day anywhere else. And I know that's because the PlayStation 3 was like a nightmare to make video games for, but I need you to make the attempt, mostly so I can like tell people to play Exillia. Please. I know it's not a very finished video game, but I like it a lot. Fuck you. Fuck off. It's still good. Shut up.
The point is, as soon as I saw Symphonia was just the PS2 locked 30 and nothing like AI enhanced visuals that gets rid of the really cool thick outline. I was like, oh, okay, well,
I sleep. Yeah, I'm asleep now. I don't care. You minimal, literally just the most minimal effort fucking port imaginable. Yeah. Like, great, thank you. For frankly, a game that I resent more and more with every passing year, because I'm like, 1, it's not that good. It was just everybody's first Tales game, you know? 2, put something else out. Please, God. If you're not going to do Exillia, then fucking put Abyss back out.
I thought about doing a Symphonia playthrough recently, but then I'm like,
and then you have to remember you had to do all those fucking dungeons again. Yeah, you'd have to do not just Ymir Forest, but you'd have to do the fucking Meltokyo sewers again. You'd have to do that fucking Shadow Temple. No, fuck you. Absolutely not.
No. Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe. The difference between original DDD and modern DDD is striking now. That poor boy lost his neck.
Oh no.
And then finally, we got a name for it. It's Tears of the Kingdom.
It's The Queen is Dead. Hooray! Yeah, no. No, it's Tears of the Kingdom. We still don't have like an actual. Do we actually have like did they give a real release date on that one?
May 12th.
May 12th, allegedly. Yeah. We'll see.
I think that's close enough to be legitimate.
I think so. I don't know. What's funny about Breath of the Wild 2 to me is that like when they first announced Breath of the Wild 2, I really thought it was going to be a Majora's Mask situation where it's like, oh, you're just going to use all the same assets and get this game out pretty quickly, right? Like,
right.
2 years after Breath of the Wild, they put a sequel out. That's because, that's what happened with Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask. Majora's Mask came out 18 months, I think, after Ocarina of Time because, Nintendo was like, this game is a hit, make another one. Make it fast.
Yeah.
Use all the same assets, but, just make a story that goes around with, like, all this shit instead. And it's like, okay, you've got all these assets. All you have to do is make a new video game, like a new story to go with them. So I was like, okay, so we'll have this game out in, like, a human amount of time. No.
Yeah. No, it's a sequel. It's a sequel-ass sequel.
It's a sequel-ass sequel, turns out. They're actually putting effort into it. I mean, like, I guess I should say that I don't think that nobody did put effort into Majora's Mask. Because obviously a lot of effort went into Majora's Mask. But, like, I thought Breath of the Wild 2, or Tears of the Kingdom now, would just be out sooner.
Right.
But hey, they sure did give us a title and not much else.
Not much else.
In that trailer.
But it's fine. We didn't also technically get a lot about Breath of the Wild until it was in our hands. So
that's fair. Maybe we'll get one more trailer before the year is up. That would be nice.
Oh, I definitely think we'll get one. We have Game Awards coming up.
Oh, that's right. That's a good point. Hey.
So next show, everything shown at latest in PlayStation State of Play.
Oh no! I actually watched this one instead of just watched like the highlights. So yeah, go through it.
Tekken 8 looks cool.
Tekken 8 looks cool. I respected the fact that like, even with all these high fidelity, they're like, nope, everybody in Tekken still has bad PS3 hair. Fuck you.
It's our thing now.
It's our thing now. It's what that's what Jin and Kazuma's hair looks like, and that's how it's gonna stay.
All right, so let's get some predictions out here. So, Tekken 7 had Negan, right?
Right.
Who's gonna be the Final Fantasy guest character for Tekken 8? And who's gonna be the weird prestige television character in Tekken 8?
I don't think it's gonna be a weird prestige television character in Tekken 8. I'm saying Master Chief. Just because I think that would be funny.
A Spartan wasn't Dead or Alive, right?
That's right. Was it Dead or Alive?
I think it was. I think it was Dead or Alive because it was because it was a female Spartan.
That's right. Okay. So maybe not Master Chief. The Final Fantasy character that gets into
also Sarah, it can't. It was shown at the Sony conference.
I know, but that's what makes it even funnier to me. I still want that. That's because I don't know. Did they say it was going to be PlayStation exclusive?
I don't know. Let me see what it shows at the end of the trailer. It just shows PS5.
Oh, so it might be PlayStation 5 exclusive. All right, then. Yeah. Then they're going to put Aloy in.
Aloy would be a good pick.
Yeah, Aloy is an extremely funny pick. And then the TV character, Saul Goodman.
it's either gonna be a Breaking Bad character,
Sure.
or it'll be Billy Butcher.
Yeah, okay. That's a good choice.
I think it'll be one of them.
Yeah.
For sure. I would also love if they just put Thancred in.
That's where, you know how they changed Thancred's like extremely aggro my turn in the duty support, or the trust system. Like when you select him, when you used to select him, he would like scream my turn like really aggressively, and then lately they patched that away, so it's like a normal like my turn.
Yeah.
That's where they put his very aggressive my turn. They put it in Tekken 8. So
absolutely perfect.
Yeah, that'd be extremely funny.
Let's see.
So Thancred can get clowned on in Tekken 8 as well. Great.
I need to see Thancred get clowned on by Billy Butcher from The Boys. I need it. Pacific Drive is a car survival horror dystopia post-apocalypse game.
I don't know. I guess, is it like it's like a first-person car driving survival game in the paranormal because it's not like a nuclear post-apocalypse. No, it's like a paranormal post-apocalypse.
Yeah, it's not zombies or anything. It's like portals and
it's
like,
weird.
Okay.
Yeah,
sure.
Very strange game. Sure.
Synduality. Is the
that's the anime robot game.
Yeah, giant robot resource gathering character action game.
Yeah, it's also a weird hybridization of ideas there, where it's like it's an anime survival game, I guess.
Yeah.
Sure.
A character survival.
Yeah.
Is the new genre we've invented.
I like the idea of a character action survival game. Sure, why not?
Crafting action game. Yeah.
It's kind of what Breath of the Wild is.
Imagine playing Devil May Cry, but you had to build Dante's weapons on the fly.
No, I hate that idea, actually. I changed my mind.
Speaking of Devil May Cry, Stellar Blade finally got a name.
Yes. That game looks extremely bad. Not like from a gameplay standpoint. I mean, visually, I think that game is extremely ugly.
This game looks like an arcade game. It has the aesthetic.
Oh, absolutely. That's completely what, like, you nailed it. I'm like, to me, it looks like if you tried to remaster a PlayStation 3 game.
Yeah.
But even more so, it's a very big money arcade looking game. Like you would.
This is you see this game and it costs like $1.50 for one round. You know?
Yeah, it has like an extremely elaborate peripheral, like in the arcade, in order to play it. Yeah, absolutely. No, this game looks like really. I mean, I don't know. They're really angling for like a Nier Automata vibe. And, right. I mean, they might get it. I mean, I wouldn't say that Nier is like a graphically impressive game. I think it's aesthetically very pleasing, where Stellar Blade is not. But it's obviously what they're angling for. It's like high drama, who am I, anime, right. Hyper fighter kind of 3D action game. So like,
but whereas Automata, had the underlying like visual effect of 2B being actually very beautiful and right. like having an elegant design to her. Stellar Blade is just skipping all of the pretext.
Yeah, absolutely.
And just being like, here's her ass.
Here's her ass. She's in a skin tight suit. Every single character has jiggle physics set to 500%. Mm-hmm. So just even breathing, they're just wobbling uncontrollably on the screen. Yeah. I kind of respect it in a way. Because definitely... it looks so bad, and they were still like, no, we're putting this one at the Sony conference.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? We still need we need B tier games, you know?
When I look at this and I say that it looks like a very expensive arcade game, and you said it looks like a remake of a PS3 game, I say this in a way that implies that they did it on purpose.
Yeah, I think that's the
this
intention.
Was their vision.
It looks really cheap and bad, and I kind of like that, even if I do still think it looks categorically bad. I can't explain it. Just roll with it.
Yeah. Rise of the Ronin is just here to eat Ubisoft's lunch.
That's correct.
Just like, hey, Ubisoft's like, hey, we're doing it. We're making Assassin's Creed Japan. And Rise of the Ronin's like, hi, we're here.
We don't care. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Well, nobody cares about Assassin's Creed anyways. We're going to go back to not making Skull and Bones.
Okay, I guess.
Hey, speaking of samurai games.
Yeah, that's actually next on the docket.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna save all the other announcements. That's all of it. They showed off God of War. It's God of War. I guess it looks pretty cool. They spent more time on a controller for God of War than I would have liked them to. But okay, whatever. So next, speaking of samurai games, RGG Summit 2022. The first big announcement is that it's just called Like a Dragon now.
Yeah, they finally decided to unify those two franchise names, because like in Japan it was always Ryoga Gotoku, so Like a Dragon, and so here in the United States they're also like, nope, it's just Like a Dragon now across the board. So
it is exactly like when Persona 1, 2, and 3 were Shin Megami Tensei Persona, and then P4 is like, or P5 is like, no, it's Persona now.
It's just Persona now. Yeah.
No,
absolutely. I'm glad for it, because it kind of means it doesn't have to everything doesn't have to be under the Yakuza kind of banner, which is good, because Like a Dragon Ishin?
Yeah, Ishin.
It looks great. It might be a Yakuza game I play.
It is a remake of it was not Ishin, but it was something else. They've done 2 of these.
Right.
There's Kenzan, which was hold on. Here it is. That's what I'm looking for. So Kenzan, the first one, was about Miyamoto Musashi.
Cool.
So the idea is, for anyone who doesn't know, is that there are a lot of spin-off games where, as Oates puts it, they treat the Yakuza cast like Muppets.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's a Yakuza game where you play as Miyamoto Musashi, but he looks and talks exactly like Kiryu.
Right.
And like Majima is also here, but he's a different person from history.
Yeah, I guess he would be Kajiro, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, that makes sense.
So they did that one, and so they also did one for Ishin, which is Kiryu is Ryoma Sakamoto. Or Sakamoto.
Yeah. Which is great, because like now because like again with Musashi and now this as well, like Musashi, I will say, like in Japanese media has like a shit ton of interpretations. Like, so in terms of like, I have seen multiple varieties of anime versions of Miyamoto Musashi, right? Mm-hmm. I only have the context for one anime, Ryoma Sakamoto, and it's the one from Fate Grand Order. And so I'm just like, hell yeah, Kiryu playing Ryoma, that rules.
That's great. I love it.
Does Kiryu also get like a cool snake wife who he loves dearly? Because that was a big thing about Sakamoto. So, well, I mean, not not in the real world. In the real world, he just had a cool wife. She wasn't a snake demon, but in Fate Go, she's also a snake demon. Don't worry about it.
So he might, I don't know, maybe.
I don't know. Kiryu is so famously sexless, but like Sakamoto was like history's first true wife guy. So I don't know. How do you square that circle?
Yeah. Goro is Okita Soji in this,
which is hilarious because again,
which is great.
Majima looks exactly the same as he always looks, which is to say, like a 40-year-old man. Whereas Okita Soji was like famously extremely beautiful and died tragically young. It rules.
I know. So they're doing an interesting thing. So the original Ishin game came out in in 2014.
Mm-hmm.
The original came out. And so it's been quite a while now. So in this remake, they are, quote, recasting certain minor characters with newer Like a Dragon characters.
Great.
So like some of the characters that appeared in Yakuza 0, a lot of Like a Dragon, Yakuza Like a Dragon characters will be in it now.
Right.
So that's really cool. Like they're making sure that all the bases are covered.
Right.
I'm very curious to see who Ichiban's gonna be.
Yeah, me too.
They have also said that this one will not be dubbed because of the nature of it being impossible to accurately portray the way characters talked in the Meiji area in English.
Sure. That makes sense. Yeah. That's fine. I'm okay with historical Japanese game just being solely in Japanese. It's fine.
Yeah. They also announced Like a Dragon Gaiden, the man who erased his name.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a spin-off game, which is weird. It's a spin-off game, but still starring the previous main character.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
It's a game they said it'll cover the time period between the 6th and 8th Yakuza games. So, and it's just what Kiryu was up to after 6, and during the times he wasn't on the screen during 7.
Sure.
Like a Dragon 8 is showing off Ichiban is still the main character, but Kiryu will be back and have his own party.
Yeah, with his crazy new hairstyle.
With his
his crazy new look.
Very peculiar direction to take his appearance in.
Extremely strange decision, but okay.
We saw a few brief screenshots of Yakuza 8, mostly showing that 4 of the heroes of tomorrow are back at least. So
okay.
Ichiban, Adachi, Nanba, and Saiko are back at least.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure if the other party members will be returning like in a full capacity. I'm assuming they're going to show up,
right,
in some way. But like I don't know if they're going to be as full party members.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also very curious about how Kiryu is going to work in the JRPG system, because the lore is that all the JRPG mechanics are just in Ichiban's head.
Right.
And my theory is that between 7 and 8, Ichiban got Kiryu really into Dragon Quest.
Yeah, sure, that works.
And Kiryu's like, oh, this actually works.
Oh, this is actually really cool.
Thinking of fights like a turn-based system actually is kind of cool.
What else?
So that's that. We also have the Tokyo Game Show. Oh my god, so much crap happened.
Oh god, so much keeps happening all of the time. Alright, go quick.
Street Fighter 6 showed off some more stuff. Cool. Ken is not divorced. He is on the run.
That is what you tell your friends when your wife divorces you. I'm sorry. No, Ryu. No, I swear. My wife, she didn't leave me. I'm on the run from a gang. Yeah, That's why I'm not living with my wife and kid anymore. I'm on the run from a gang. It's way cool and not she didn't just take the kids, Ryu. Can I sleep on your couch? All right, you don't have a couch.
Yeah,
Shit.
you usually sleep on my couch. That's right.
Shit.
They also showed off that there is like a custom creator character thing, which I don't know how that's going to work in a game like Street Fighter. Like, how do you how do you build your character?
I guess it works like Soul Calibur, where you just pick somebody's movesets.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like you just have Ryu's moveset.
Yeah.
You know.
I saw a tweet that was like, because like there's like a story mode for the creator character, like, and it even includes like a rival for you.
Sure. Yeah.
And I saw a tweet that was like, I hope your rival works like a Pokemon rival, and they counterpick your fighting style. So it's like, it's like, oh, I see you're training under Zangief. Well, I just got back from Master Dalsim.
Yeah. I hope so.
They're gonna make so much money on a created character custom like
DLC and shit. Yeah. They're gonna put 2B in that one too. It'll be great.
RE8 DLC showed off a little bit, just some gameplay for Shadows of Rose,
Mm-hmm.
And the Mercenaries mode where you play as Lady Dimitrescu.
Cool.
They said that this will mark the final chapter of the Winter's time in the franchise, which is, I could have told you that. Ethan's dead.
Yeah, you killed Ethan, so.
And it's not like Mia's gonna do a lot of fighting.
No.
So, not surprised.
That was a gimme. Yeah, we know Capcom. Trust me, we're aware.
They showed off a little more Sonic Frontiers. It still looks good. Suikoden 1 and 2 remakes.
Yeah. Konami actually did something with their franchise that I'm happy about.
It's
I actually get to play Suikoden 2 again. I mean, I still own that disc, so I guess I could just play it whenever. But like, for one, again, my PlayStation 2 is in a closet somewhere. And also my PlayStation 2 has a broken disk drive that requires that I have to use a butter knife to open it. Because I don't have a PS2 Slim. I have a fat PS2, and that thing is busted as shit. So I actually have to pry it open to switch games. So it'll be nice to just have it on a console.
Yeah,
which is great.
Yeah,
Suikoden 2 fucking whips ass. I highly recommend. I never played 1, so I can't speak to its quality. This Suikoden 2 is another game that I think deserves. I know it's like a Konami game and not a Square Enix game, but I want it to look like Octopath Traveler as well.
It kind of does.
It does.
The remastered does have that kind of aesthetic to it.
It's got a little bit of that going on, which is good. That game fucking owns. Like it is insanely good and weird and fucked, extremely like fucked up and just really good for an old ass PS1 JRPG. Like, yeah. Please play Suikoden 2 when it comes out.
I will.
And I'm also, this is just for everybody who's listening. It and Chrono Cross are like my two old JRPG babies. I just think they're super good, you know? Mm-hmm. So.
And then finally for this one, Deathloop update will have an apology ending.
What?
So I mean, I didn't play Deathloop, but apparently the ending is not good from like everyone I've heard who plays it.
Really? Okay. Well, I knew about the twist, like the really the fucked up twist about, you know, about the main character and the main chick, you know.
But so there's an update coming that will extend the ending, which if it's anything like Mass Effect, is them going, we're sorry, we'll fix it.
Please stop being mad at us. We'll fix it. Will you please play Redfall now?
No.
No. Well, I don't know, maybe. Redfall actually, apparently Redfall is more of a, it's not like a real life service game. It's a Borderlands instead, where like
that's better.
Yeah, where you can like play it solo or you can play it with your friends and it's just like a loot and shoot, but instead you're hunting like zombies or you're fighting like vampires and shit. And I'm like, okay, I actually do think that sounds kind of sick. Damn it. The
cringe dialogue is kind of endearing.
And I like arcane games, and I don't want them to go away. I want them to exist long enough for someone at Microsoft to finally go, fine, you can make a Fallout. Fuck.
Yeah.
You know? So that would be cool.
It would be pretty neat.
Fine, I'll buy your stupid Borderlands with vampires game.
But that was it. Tokyo Game Show was not that impressive.
It was a little bit slim this year.
Yeah.
It's fine. You know what? It's fine.
Next, the best details hiding in the GTA 6 leak.
Oh, okay. So I did not see anything. I didn't watch any of the videos of the GTA 6 leak. So tell me some stuff.
I did not either, but I did read about it. It's Vice City.
Oh, is it? Okay,
it's
cool.
modern Vice City, which is
fuck
cool.
Yeah. Cool, yeah, absolutely.
That was like painfully obvious the minute anyone like watched 5 seconds of footage. Like, oh, it's Vice City.
Yeah, it looks like Miami. Okay, it's Vice City. Cool.
The main characters are a man named Jason and a woman named Lucia. Mm-hmm. They are a couple that have a Bonnie and Clyde relationship.
Ooh, that sounds fun. Okay.
So, and then it's Grand Theft Auto. You do Grand Theft Auto things in it. Mm-hmm. It's obviously very unfinished. Like, there's still like debug text all over all the footage and whatnot. But there are, I could go over all of the details, but it's like it's Grand Theft Auto gameplay. It's going to be enhanced. It's going to be blah blah better.
It's going to look good.
5 and whatnot. The big kind of important cool thing is that we've already seen hints of weird urban legend shit.
Hell yes, that's what I want.
Yeah, I think that is gonna be cool. Like we've already seen like, because you remember like San Andreas and like the ghost cars and like the rumors of Bigfoot.
Yeah, there's ghost cars and Bigfoot and aliens and shit. Yeah, all that good stuff. All that stuff that makes San Andreas so great.
So we've already seen bits and pieces of that, which is awesome.
Fantastic. I think if you have a giant video game like that, you are honor bound to put weird shit in. I will say Bethesda does understand that about Fallout. You got a big open world game, you should put some eerie shit in it so that people think I'm just having fun shooting things and running around and collecting shit. Oh my god, there's a ghost in my video game.
Yeah.
That's how you gotta do it. I'm sorry. That's the law. Frankly, if you're making an open world game, you gotta make something spooky and put in it.
If you're gonna make a big open world game, you have a moral imperative to like have a character have like a graveyard in it, and you walk around and like you can occasionally just see a ghost pop up.
That's right.
Like, what the fuck was that? And you'd go over the area and there's nothing there.
That's right.
And then
that's why Horizon Forbidden West didn't meet the mark. Is because it didn't have any actual spooky shit in it. See, I'm here to say, you got Sony. You gotta put some weird, eerie shit in your open world science video game. That's what I'm saying.
Remember when Zero Dawn had like the really big corpse?
Mm-hmm.
And they took that out?
They took that out, put it back in. What's your problem?
You put more giant corpses in it.
Put the weird shit back in the video game.
You gotta have a thing.
What's your deal?
You gotta have a thing so that 5 years down the line, some YouTuber is gonna put it as number 3 on a list of like top 10 weirdest things to happen in your video game. That's
correct. My God, do you not understand how this ecosystem works? Like, we live and die for this shit.
Yeah, everyone.
That's why people are still playing Fallout 4.
Everyone wants to get 15,000 subscribers because they put up a video of a UFO flying over the camera, and they're like, what the fuck was that? I've never seen that before in this video game.
That's correct.
And no one knows what it is until they debug the game 10 years later.
That's the American dream. Thank you.
Next, Rick Sanchez is heading to Multiverses soon.
Of course. That one's a gimme. A gimme.
Morty was already put in it. Rick is coming soon. Weird they picked Morty first.
A little strange, but it's fine. That they gotta sell that DLC.
So one thing I learned about Multiverses, and I'm not sure if it's true or not, but because I haven't gotten my hands on it yet, but I kind of want to. I've heard there's a profanity slider.
Slider?
Yeah, because obviously you have characters like Arya Stark and now Rick and Morty up against like Steven Universe and Finn the Human.
Sure.
So it's like there's apparently a slider to toggle the level of profanity that more mature characters will say.
No, but see, a slider implies that there's like different degrees. Like, because like if it's just a toggle, like if it's just an on-off switch, then you just take all the fucks out of the game, right?
Yeah.
But a slider implies that like at 0 there's no swearing, and at like 5 they're constantly swearing. But then like what does a 3 look like? Are they only saying like ass and damn? You know what I mean? Okay. I love that idea. I love the idea of a profanity slider, not a toggle.
Okay, I just double checked it. It is just a toggle. It's a on-off toggle. But I do love the idea of it going from like Rick and Morty like saying fuck constantly. To you can toggle it so that you can say whatever's allowed in your average DC comic.
Yeah, exactly. I am available for hire immediately. You need only pay me $45,000 a year. Much like Square Enix, I am a very cheap hire. Call me. I will help you implement the profanity slider.
Now, granted, this also is a very ingenious way to eat your cake and have it.
Sure.
Because, like, you know, if you're going to have Game of Thrones characters and Rick and Morty characters and even, like, Harley Quinn, you know... Like, you are going to want to have that energy, to draw in people who are actually fans of that show.
Sure.
But if you're also buying the game so that you know your cousin can play Bugs Bunny and fight Shaggy,
right?
You don't want him to hear Rick and Morty language.
That's what completely fair.
Yeah. So.
But I'm just saying, I think a profanity slider is one of the funniest things I've ever heard in my entire life, and somebody should implement it. That somebody is me. That's my new startup.
God. Next, speaking of Musashi Miyamoto, Onimusha Anime, Netflix shares first look images.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. No. Is Onimusha the Onimusha Anime the one that the guy who directed Jinro is making?
It is Takashi Miike.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it's Takashi Miike. Okay. So not Jinro, but still fucking Takashi Miike, who rules.
The character model for Musashi in this is Toshiro Mifune.
That's cool.
Which is, I think that's pretty dope.
That's cool. Again, I am used to the Fago version, but this is also acceptable.
The thing that confuses me, and I only played 1, a little bit of 2, and like most of 3. I don't think Musashi Miyamoto is a major character in Onimusha.
I've never played an Onimusha game in my life. I couldn't tell you.
Like, okay, so he was a guest character in the weird party fighting game Onimusha.
Okay.
But the main character of Onimusha is a guy named Samanosuke.
Okay. Well then. Sure.
So I guess we'll see.
We'll see. That's interesting.
I hope this is not a Surf Dracula.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's like... I know
exactly what you mean.
We're going to follow Miyamoto around for all of it, but then in the last episode, Samanosuke is going to show up and be like, now I'm here.
Now I am the Onimusha. Yeah.
I really was the Onimusha all along.
All along, yeah.
It's like when Capcom does make the DMC anime.
Oh god, that's still supposed to be happening. What the fuck?
Just like 8 episodes of some random demon hunter.
Yeah.
And then Dante's in the last one.
You just reminded me. I had completely like memory holds the alleged Devil May Cry anime by the Castlevania guys. Wow. Yeah, I obliterated that one from my brain until this exact second. That's great.
The fucking DMC anime is 11 episodes of Dante in like a t-shirt. And then in the last one he gets the coat.
Well, yeah. So it's like a lesser version. It's like, what if we made DMC3 but bad instead?
Yeah.
Cool. Great. I'm really looking forward to that. Oh, fuck. Okay.
Next, Silent Hill: The Short Message, rated in Korea.
Kill me.
Just
kill me. There's nothing. No.
The short
Yeah,
message sounds like a mobile game.
Stop it. Stop it.
Like the short message, like a voicemail message on your phone.
I'm gonna put a gun in my mouth.
Tap the screen. Tap the screen to fight off Pyramid Head.
Do you think it's like a like it's a Silent Hill Niantic game? Like Pokemon Go?
Silent Hill Go!
Yeah, Silent Hill Go, where you walk around and there's like a fog filter on your phone.
God, no, imagine actually how cool that would be if it had like an AI generated like Silent Hill filter on your camera, like you hold it up.
Yeah.
And like everything, like all the walls get rusty. And like there's fog and shit everywhere. That'd be so dope though.
You have to swing your phone around awkwardly like a Silent Hill character with a lead pipe. So people just think you're insane. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, really capturing the Silent Hill experience with that.
That's true though, if you think about it. Good point. What is Pokemon Go if not Vincent looking at Heather and going, they look like monsters to you?
Well, you see, Pokemon Go united the world in 2015 when it came out, right? For one moment, we did achieve global peace.
That's correct.
Which is the Pokemon experience. It is kind of pretty much a utopia, if you think about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? The Silent Hill experience of you wandering around a town, gibbering to yourself while swinging your arms rapidly, is the Silent Hill experience brought to life.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's Vincent asking Heather, "Hey, they look like monsters to you?" And yeah, no, absolutely. It's
perfect.
You are the only one who can see the monsters, and you have to take your phone out into the park and try to bludgeon them to death. And you may or may not strike a few children on the way there. Don't worry about it.
It's a really intense app, like memory wise. So your phone starts to get really, really hot. and like because it's an older phone, but like someone with a new phone is like, oh, is it always like that? And you're like, for me, it's always like this.
For me, it's always this. No, I hate it here.
Just one person with like an iPhone 12 is like, God, my phone's getting really hot, and then you're like with an iPhone 7, like, for me, it's always like this.
Either way, this is so like. I'm like, yay, Konami did a good thing. They're re-releasing Suikoden 2. And then immediately follow it up with Silent Hill, the mobile game, or whatever the fuck it is. The short message is trademarked in Korea. I'm like, oh no. We almost made it.
We almost had something good.
Never mind.
2 more. Hugh Jackman is back as Wolverine in Deadpool 3 with Ryan Reynolds. I think it's okay to walk back a character's finale if it's funny.
All right, in that case. But the only problem is that it can't be allowed to have any gravitas at all, right?
No, exactly. This can't be the sign that Wolverine is coming to the MCU, right?
No, yeah, it can only be like a one-off thing because Logan is a really good movie, right? Mm-hmm. I actually really like Logan, and I don't like superhero movies. I don't really fuck with them that much, except for again, that Doctor Strange movie. That's just because it was Sam Raimi. I don't really fuck with Marvel movies, but I do think Logan is a legitimately good movie. It's just good. Mm-hmm. And it's on the one hand, that was the perfect way to not do that character anymore.
Yeah. To have the integrity to put a pin in pretty much until Iron Man, the most iconic cinematic interpretation of a comic book character.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely. The perfect interpretation of the comic book character, even though Hugh Jackman is 6'4".
Yeah. and at no point in any of his movies ever wore a blue and yellow suit.
Yeah, and he still is just like, he still just kills it. He just is that character so effortlessly. And like, so like, there's that part of me that's like, can we just like leave it there? Can we just let it die? But on the other hand, as long as it's just funny, maybe it's fine. I don't know.
I mean, the trailer is just Ryan Reynolds going, "Hey, do you want to be Wolverine again?" And he's like, "Yeah, okay, sure."
So
we'll
see.
Fucking okay, fine, whatever. Considering Deadpool did make a ton of jokes about the ending of Logan,
right?
Already, like, I'm sure it's gonna be like just one big comedy bit the entire time.
It's just one big joke the whole time. Yeah, of course. That's fine. Fine.
The opening of Deadpool 2 is Deadpool trying to recreate the ending of Logan so that his movie can have a big, like, shocking thing in it.
Okay.
Like, he's strapped himself to a bunch of bombs and he has an impaled Logan alarm clock wired to them.
Great.
So it's fucking perfect. I love it. So yeah, I'm very excited for that. I like Deadpool 2 a lot. I enjoyed it. Ubisoft's big 2022 pirate blockbuster delayed yet again.
Oh, we're still talking about Skull and Bones. We're never gonna not talk. That game's never coming out. I'm sorry.
This is
the albatross around Ubisoft's neck. It's never coming out, but it's going to keep costing them money. Like, they can't cancel it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, we've talked about this. They're too far in now.
Like, if they cancel it, they have taken so many loans from Singapore and like tax credits and stuff like that if it doesn't come out and they don't turn a profit on it, they're like extraordinarily fucked. So they're just gonna kind of keep making this game in perpetuity, but it's never gonna come out, right? Like, It just has to, until like the company of Ubisoft ceases to exist. It just has to keep being made. It's like I said, it's the albatross around their neck, right? Yeah. Like, they can never be rid of it. I'm sorry.
They have no choice. They have to keep going. This isn't the sunk cost fallacy of like, well, I've already put so much time into it, I might as well see it through. This is, if we don't finish it, someone's gonna break our legs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't. This one's it's really funny because they're like, no, for real, it's coming out in 2022, and literally every single soul on the internet was like, no, it's not. No, it's not. You're lying to us. How dare you? Yeah, no, it's never coming out. They're just gonna keep making it, and they're gonna reboot it, and then say it's coming out in 2024, and then they're gonna delay it and reboot it ad infinitum forever, of course. Yeah. So, oh, it's such a clusterfuck. It's extremely funny to see an entire company just like back themselves into a corner like that, right?
It's your own damn fault.
It's your own damn fault. Exactly. Like, that's the funniest part of all of this, is that this is like a major corporation that has like fumbled the ball so much that they are now utterly fucked no matter what direction they go, right? Because the game can't be good, right? Like, there's no way the game is good, otherwise they would have put something out. If the game was like okay and functional but like still kind of fucked up, like, they would have put it out this year and just patched it a bunch to get it up to like speed. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Like, the fact that it's been delayed to sometime in 2023 means that it is like, and after all this time, like, video game delays happen all the time, but the fact that it's been so long and they're still like delaying it.
It's just like the post I saw earlier today that revealed that like, Beyond Good and Evil 2 has exceeded Duke Nukem Forever's development time.
Yeah, incredible, by the way.
Yeah.
Truly amazing.
Like, this keeps fucking happening with Ubisoft.
Yeah, it's because
remember when they announced a remake of Prince of Persia?
And then they just deleted it. Yeah, it just doesn't exist now. Like, they announced a remake of Prince of Persia. Everybody on the internet went, "Oh, this looks really bad." And they're like, "Oh, okay, well, we're gonna push it back." And now it just doesn't exist anymore. Like, they just deleted that shit. It's just gone.
And I didn't put on the docket, but they also did announce 3 new Assassin's Creeds.
Oh, and those will maybe come out. Maybe.
I mean, those make money, so they're gonna come out. But everything else just keeps stalling. It keeps spinning its wheels.
It's so funny to me because the thing is that Ubisoft. Excuse me. Ubisoft has such a bad work culture, right?
Yeah.
That they can't keep anybody. They can't keep any on board. So all of their good project managers have long since left, and all of their good devs and stuff have long since left. And so all that's left are people who are just kind of floundering and don't know what to do. And of course the people who run the company are utter total incompetence. And so now you just have this this massive company with huge IPs and nobody knows what they're doing. It's really funny at this point.
It is pretty funny.
It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. So who knows? Maybe Skull and Bones will come out someday, but I highly doubt it.
No, I'm not holding my breath for Skull and Bones.
No, that one is going to, maybe someday they'll finally have the cojones to just quietly cancel it. But legally they can, which is the best part. So
right. God.
Maybe they'll just maybe their office will just conveniently catch fire and they'll be like, "We don't know what
I can't even perceive of the person who is excited for Skull and Bones.
Yeah, because the person who's excited for Skull and Bones is just playing Sea of Thieves, right?
I can perceive of the person who is excited for Assassin's Creed. It's
sure.
brother-in-law. He loves Assassin's Creed.
Sure.
So I can, and people always like Assassin's Creed, right?
Right. Yeah, it's just a historical tour game.
Yeah, people are excited for that, so I can understand that. I know people who were excited for Prince of Persia. I was one of them.
I know. I'm sorry.
Who is Skull and Bones for?
I don't know, because I said, the Skull and Bones crowd is playing Sea of Thieves, and they're probably the happiest they've ever fucking been, right? They got their fucking pirate boats, they're running around with their friends, there's a Pirates of the Caribbean crossover, they're perfectly fucking content.
Ubisoft is already the company that makes games for casuals, right?
Right.
Assassin's Creed or any Tom Clancy game,
Sure, for normies, yeah.
It's for people who are not dedicated to video games like you and I are, right?
Mm-hmm.
So who are they marketing this game towards?
I don't know. I wish I could tell you.
At this point, anyone who was excited to play a pirate game from the guys who made Assassin's Creed have forgotten about it.
Yeah, they don't even know it exists anymore. Yeah. It's incredible to me. Okay. Well, but it's still, the best part is that, again, unless a crazy unexplained fire happens at the Ubisoft Singapore headquarters, which at this point could happen, they legally have to put something out. Otherwise, the government of Singapore will fuck them, which is extremely good.
One of the new Assassin's Creed games will finally go back to the future, and it'll be about Desmond having to stop an evil Singapore government organization.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, God. Yeah, very, like I said, very, very funny to see a huge company just completely fuck themselves like this. In that case, I give them an A+.
Yeah.
Because they've entertained me.
In ways they didn't intend, but they did it.
But they sure did it anyways. Thanks, guys. All right.
All right, that's it, though. That's it for news.
Cool. Fantastic.
Tons of shit.
Tons of shit coming out and stuff to talk about, which is great. I'm maybe next year I'll actually play more video games.
Right. We still got a couple months. I can cram some more stuff.
Squeeze something in.
But yeah, all right. Thank you to Ed Venturia for use of background music. You can follow me at Twitter at the Gorge Podcast. You can follow Sarah at Radio Inactivity. You can email us at thegorgepodcast@gmail.com. And if you want to listen to Sarah talk about other things, you can listen to her other podcast.
Hey, I'm in another podcast called Big Gay Nerds, where me and a bunch of cool queer friends get together and we play tabletop games. We go through a lot of different systems. It's always a lot of fun. Right now, we're playing Beam Saber, a Forged in the Dark hack, where instead of playing thieves, we're playing mech pilots in a complicated and multifaceted worldwide war. It's really good. It's one of my favorite systems I've ever played. You should come check us out. We are Big Gay Nerds wherever you get your podcasts. Yeah, thanks.
All right, that'll do it for us.
Fuck Namco Bandai, I'm serious. Put out something that isn't goddamn Symphonia. Fuck.
Stop fucking putting it out and
I'm so tired of Symphonia. I'm so tired of Tales of Symphonia. Like, although I will say, the fact that Bamco leans so heavily on marketing like Symphonia still, I mean, okay, I know that Arise gets a lot of, like, it still has a lot of marketing hype in, like, their fucking abysmal gacha games and stuff like that. But, like, you know, it just proves, really, to me, it just proves how bad Arise is because they're still leaning on fucking Symphonia and stuff like that to move, like, units for the series. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. You know what I just realized? Arise hasn't gotten any DLC.
No, it hasn't. I mean, it hasn't
gotten any costumes or anything.
I mean, it had the stuff that it launched with, and that's basically. I mean, because like Berseria, when it came out, it had the same types of costume sets as Arise. You know, like school uniform, beach, stuff like that. But, like, they just staggered the releases. With Arise, they're just like, no, fuck it. It all comes out at the same time as the game. Fuck you. Buy it. Buy all of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I guess they just didn't do anything else. But still, I am, like... It is weird that they never did any additional DLC costume. Because, like, the game, for all of my loathing of it, the game was a hit. Like, the game sold extremely well for a Tales game. So, like, you would think they would put out more costume packs and stuff. But I guess not. Am I crazy? Did Arise have cameo costumes?
I don't think it did.
Extremely weird. Even further proof to me that Arise was never meant to be a Tales game, and they just kind of, like, at the last minute turned it into one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, like, they're just, like, they just tried to sand every single, like, Tales of thing off of that game. Like, apparently Scarlet Nexus is more of a Tales game than fucking Arise ever has been, so... Apparently, part of Scarlet Nexus was written by fucking, the lady who wrote Abyss. So, I have to go play it at some point.
I guess you do.
I have no choice. I have to go play Scarlet Nexus now to see what it is like and fucking see if it is actually like Tales of the Abyss. I don't know. Sure, why not? This might as well be happening.
Yeah, you're just stuck with that now.
I am. This is how I live. Anyways, fuck Namco Bandai. I'm sick of Tales of Symphonia. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.